connection to Epstein, as shown in those emails, according to Epstein, is unsavory. And it's not good.
Is that new information that he knew Jeffrey Epstein? Is it new information that Trump excommunicated him from Mar-a-Lago? Is it the only new information that we got this week off those emails was that somebody from the New York Times was advising Jeffrey Epstein, and we learned tonight from the Washington Post that Jeffrey Epstein was programming Democratic members of Congress. We didn't learn anything we didn't already know about Donald Trump, which was Jeffrey Epstein hated Donald Trump, and now Democrats are aligning themselves with Jeffrey Epstein because Orange Man bad.
That's Republican Scott Jennings pointing out that CNN's big Epstein bombshell somehow turned into a story about Democrat staffers, New York Times reporters, and Epstein's own hatred of Trump. The panel tried to force a narrative again, and Jennings just folded it up without breaking a sweat. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like liberals are running out of creative material, so they're recycling the same empty Epstein smear hoping it sticks this time, because every new detail keeps confirming Trump cut Epstein off, cooperated with authorities, and wasn't involved in anything. Yet the establishment media keeps pretending otherwise. Here's Jennings shutting down the first round of nonsense on CNN.
You don't care that the president might be a pedophile? You don't care that the
pedophile.
You don't.
No evidence of that.
No, there's no evidence of it, but that's what. No, it's not insane. That's what we've been talking about all week.
There is no evidence of that. We're not going to.
No, but that's what the emails have been talking about. That's what we've been talking about all week. That's why he doesn't want to release the files. And to say that nobody cares is kind of absurd. If the president is a pedophile, we should know about it, and people would care about that.
Right. No one is suggesting that President Trump is a pedophile. The people that do care about it, though, and consistently get lost in it, are the victims of Jeffrey Epstein, who then just wrote a letter to members of Congress saying, think about if this was you. Think about if this was your child when you're taking this vote next week.
Do you think
I am saying that because...
Do you think the victims would agree with Donald Trump asking the Department of Justice to look into people that may have been involved in this and got away with it?
I will 100%
nice if he
not
did it
speak
when he
for
got
victims.
into
I know they can speak for themselves. I do know that Democrat, even Ro Khanna, said, everyone, investigate it.
Well, there seems to be a lot of anger about Donald Trump saying, well, maybe these people need to be looked into. Why?
Right. I think my anger, the interest is if these people are looked into, a member of Congress actually said it today, we don't have time to run it, but if these people are looked into, does that mean that Donald Trump can be looked into as well?
Is there a shred of evidence he ever did anything untoward?
Is there a shred of evidence?
No. About anybody else? Is there a shred of evidence? No. All right, same answer for the other people.
Stand by, my friend. Stacey, thank you.
You know, the left keeps recycling these baseless Trump-Epstein conspiracies because the real record hurts their narrative. Trump banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago, cooperated with prosecutors, and was never tied to the island flights or any abuse. Meanwhile, Bill Clinton logged at least 26 flights. Epstein emailed Democratic members of Congress, and a New York Times reporter gave him advice. I mean, even multiple victims have said under oath Trump wasn't involved in anything. Yet the panel's outrage machine keeps humming. Jennings just points out the obvious. If they cared about justice, they'd stop dragging their feet and actually support going after Epstein's accomplices. But they won't, because this was always a distraction from their own side. Speaking of which, here's Jennings owning the panel for trying to distract from their own failures by once again siding with drug smugglers and terrorists.
A little bit, because we are talking about bananas, many of which come from the Caribbean. We see the president putting ships into the Caribbean, bombing boats that are coming from Venezuela, perhaps, without any. We don't know what's on the boats because we bombed them, and so we have no idea.
Have we reduced the supply of bananas?
There are no more boats.
We don't know if there are children or girlfriends or anybody else on those boats.
I'm sorry,
because we are blowing up boats without having any real sense about what's happening inside those boats.
You think there's bananas, children, and girlfriends on the boats?
We have no idea. The point is, we have no idea what's on the boats. And you know who else is upset about it?
Those
the
are
British.
drug-running boats.
Well, in this case, these are narco-terrorists. These are terrorist organizations. If Al-Qaeda had a boat full of chemical weapons that was going to kill 100,000 people, you'd sink it too.
Scott, you'd sink it. The only one at this table
I know,
you're not to give us up. You're
very important.
To go take out drug boats like this. Do you know how you take them out?
Like send the Coast Guard.
We didn't launch a missile into Jeffrey Epstein's house when we thought he was suspected of pedophilia. You went and arrested him.
Okay. How's it working out? How's it working out for the American people? How's it working out for all the hundreds of thousands of people who have died,
Scott,
from fentanyl
I
and
want
whatever
to see these people.
What principles of national security allow you to
these boats
lead people to believe that you can just let international terrorists with effectively chemical weapons into our country ad nauseum.
Tell me about the
That's
principle
really
of
making up a
proportionality.
lot.
I mean,
there.
honestly,
Tell me about the principle of
tell me about the principle of deterrence, because I'll guarantee you they're not banana boats, they're not girlfriend boats, they're not whatever
There may
you said
not- there
they
may
were.
in fact be
These are
drugs on the boat. I'm
narco-terrorists,
not making the
and
argument.
and they're not going to be
I'm
given
not
free
making the
rein in our
argument.
hemisphere.
I'm not making the argument there aren't drugs on the boats. I'm making the
No, you said
argument
there were
that the
bananas on the
president.
boat.
I'm making the argument.
When you have British intelligence saying they don't want to share anymore because they are concerned that it is illegal, what is being done, that is a problem.
You think I give a rip what some country in Europe thinks about us policing our own
Do you
backyard?
care about
No, no,
do you
I-
care
I
about the
want-
military
people who
police?
actually do
Admiral
care
Halsey
is the former
left his.
commander of Southern Command was
Former?
on with me this week.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, you want to make fun of James Stavridis?
No, I'm telling you that we have a commander-in-chief who promised the American
it, but-
people he was going to police our backyard of these narco-terrorists, and that's what he's doing.
But there's,
the
I don't
policy
pretend to have
but
expertise
the
in it, but I
policy
do lean on people who
the
do.
policy choices are made by the elected commander-in-chief, not by bureaucrats, not by formers. It's made by the elected representative of the people, and that's
And
the
not by
president.
Commander-in-Chief
Then you
doesn't get
can
to make
accept
up the
it.
rules
Okay.
on his own.
The fact of the matter is that these aren't mystery boats, and they're not full of someone's lost luggage. They're cartel subs tied to designated terrorist networks moving enough fentanyl to wipe out entire towns. I mean, fentanyl killed over 100,000 Americans in 2023 alone, and the death toll since 2021 is staggering. Trump's order took out more than 20 of these vessels, saving countless lives and finally ending the Obama-era habit of apologizing to Europeans who complain while relying on America's strength, which is Trump's proven strategy. Peace through strength, no endless wars, and zero tolerance for the monsters flooding our hemisphere with poison. But let me know what you think. Are liberals defending cartels and smearing Trump because the truth keeps blowing up their narratives? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Boy.